Hello. I'm gonna wait in the room. I'm gonna wait for you guys to come in. I'm gonna wait for you guys to hear me first. YouTube isn't even on my computer yet. There we go. There I am. Hello, Kiana. All right, Virgos, come on in. Come on in, Virgo. Hey, Kiana. Hey, Nisha. Hey, Bria. Hey, Tiffany. So I wanted to do this reading because remember yesterday we were doing the all signs reading, right? And that was taking forever. I couldn't even get to Taurus and Sagittarius. I got to do theirs. But tonight is going to be like a love reading the way I was doing in the beginning of that, because we were really, we were going in. And I said, you know what? I want to actually do a full, like kind of like a full reading with the cards that I used yesterday. We're going to go, basically go into detail with your experience, with what you're experiencing at the moment and what you're going to be experiencing in the future. Now, right now, we have literally 2.5 weeks before we get into January. Okay. And so what I kind of want to focus on it and see if there's going to be some sort of activity, some sort of activity before January. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the 3 cards, and it's going to not be a past. It's going to be the week of next week, and it's going to be the week after, which will be the full last 2 weeks, I believe, in December. Let me check. I think it's like the last 2 weeks of December. Yeah. So we have a full week next week. We have a full week the week after. And we have a little bit of this week, which is going to be your now. So you're going to have 2 nows, and then you're going to have next week and then a week after next. So it's going to be the week of the 21st and the 38th. Now I want to kind of see if anything comes out of that reading. Okay. We already kind of saw what's happening in January. We're going to do that read where we'll see what's the first week is going to happen in January, first week, second week, that type of stuff. We'll get to that reading closer to that time, but we're going to go ahead and go in. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, what I want to do is, actually get your energy at the moment pertaining to your love. I want these cards because we're going to read it exactly the way that it falls. Okay, so if it falls in reverse, that's how we're going to read it. We're going to see exactly how you're feeling. I think yesterday you guys were feeling a little crappy because you guys had the 3 of Swords that came out. You're the only reading that I did. That's the only reason why I remember it. So we're going to go ahead and see. Let's see what's happening here with Virgo overall energy pertaining to love. Let's just get your current energy for the moment. This is for Virgo. Remember, you got 2 currents. This one and then the other ones that's going to come out in the 3. Now, you got the Hierophant in reverse. Okay, now let's look at the bottom of the deck. You guys have the 4 of Wands in the upright. Okay, let's talk about it. Here it says, clouded insight, doubts and secrets, disconnecting, and hidden motives. Now, this is interesting because it's like, well, why would this be coming out with you? Why is this coming out with you? Now, if you are in a committed relationship, you already know something's up. So if you are in a committed relationship, full blown, you've been with this person, I would say longer than 3 months and more, right? You guys are like together. This is a little shady. Okay, now this is not going to be hitting everyone as far as like secrets and stuff like that. Because if you're single, then we got to figure out why it came out. But if you are in a committed relationship, no ma'am. Because it literally says hidden motive. Something is a secret. There's some secrets here. And plus the Hierophant is in reverse. So if you're in a committed relationship, now they're showing in reverse. That's what it is. So I will say if you are in a committed relationship, this doesn't look great at all. And if you are single, y'all are dealing with some non-committal mofos. I can tell you that. Now, remember, we are doing present, which is the rest of this week And then we're going to go into the next 2 weeks before we get into January. At this moment, some of you guys could be just talking to someone and it's not anything, like serious. It may appear to be not serious. This person may not even be caring about, anything serious as far as a committed relationship. That is what this is saying. Like at this moment, when it comes to relationships, you are not dealing with anyone that wants something serious. And I know it burns. But you already know that, right? You already know why that is, because we talked about it. The planets is just not, it's just not, gauged right now for you guys to be in that type of connection. Okay. So at the moment right now, you guys have the Hierophant in reverse. Now you guys did have the Four of Wands in the upright. Now this is what it says in the upright. It says, homecoming, celebration, harmony, marriage, crazy. And I'm just going to keep going. Reunion, gatherings, and stability. Now, I wonder if you're going to meet someone while you're out. Like, do you guys have anything planned? Like, I wonder if you guys got an invitation to go somewhere. Like, you guys, you haven't, remember, when we get to the next 2 weeks, we're talking about Christmas and we're talking about New Year's. So I wonder if you guys had maybe got an invitation or something somewhere, like, oh yeah, or maybe you will. Oh yeah, Virgo, we're going to be doing this for New Year's. Do you want to go? Oh, Virgo, we're going to have Friendsgiving. Now, I know most of you guys are going to be with your family, but some of you guys may go to something with your friends, and it could be something like that. Okay? So I'm just saying that looks like that's something that could possibly happen soon. Remember, the invitation is this week. It's not necessarily you're going, because remember, we're at this week on all the way to Sunday. All right, let's finish getting the rest of this week. Let's go ahead and see what comes out. This is going to be for Virgo. Let me go ahead and make sure no one interrupts. I apologize about that. All right, let's see. Oh, all right. Virgo, let's get this week. No matter what comes out, we're going to take it. All right, so you guys had the 10 of Wands that's coming out. 10 of Wands. Ooh, Sun card in reverse. Lord have mercy. Thank you so much, Nat. I appreciate you. We're going to get to that Sun that's in reverse in a minute. This week, I will say for the rest of the week, you guys are in the 10 of Wands energy, but it's like I have to read this, especially with these two cards, not just these two, not just with I don't read just one card. I go into the energy of the 10 of Wands, that Sun in reverse, and that Hierophant in reverse. That's how I know how to read it. This is making somebody's around. And I know y'all may not like it, they may not have come back yet, but again, there is someone around for some of you, because I can tell someone is around, because the person is around, or they will be communicating, and your energy is going to be more so like, okay, why are you calling? Or what is this all about, right? But why would the 10 of Wands be here? Well, I just feel like it's almost putting pressure on you, okay? And it's not like they're like saying anything crazy. I'm not saying pressure in that way. I'm just saying I really do believe that they're they could be saying something really sweet to you or something like that. That's just what I see. Okay. So the burden is more so you're feeling pressure because this person is maybe wanting you and you're like, no, I don't want to talk right now or whatever. And this is what's making me believe that this is someone that you know. Now, if it isn't anyone that you know, this is just simple. The 10 of Wands is just basically saying, like, at this point, some of you guys just feel like giving up on love. Like this week, you're in this energy like, you know what, I don't want to talk to anybody. Like, it's just too much. Love is getting on my nerve. I don't even care. I can be by myself, that type of thing. Love will be a burden. That's what it's been. That's how you feel. Okay. So you haven't really experienced the best energy with romance. Now, why am I saying that as well? Well, because you guys had the Sun card in reverse. I mean, come on. You had the Sun in reverse. What does it say? Feeling down. You see, I promise you, I can't see it when it's like this. I can't read it. So I wasn't cheating. But it's obvious with that 10 of Wands, something is like heavy on you. And if it's not dealing with the person pressuring you, it's you just feeling like, okay, this whole love shit is like, it's garbage, it's trash. You're not happy. The sun card is in reverse. You are not in a happy mood right now when it comes down to love. I don't even think that you guys are even thinking about it, to be honest. I don't think that you guys are like, oh my God, like I don't have anybody to love me. I don't think that y'all thinking that way. I think you guys have already been disappointed, which is what we saw yesterday. Like, this is not a surprise to anybody in this reading right now. Okay? Like, it's really not. But it depends on when it happened. Like, if the person is still around, if you can still see them, if they're still sending little texts or whatever, right? The energy of it overall is that you're not necessarily in the best of moods with the sun card in reverse. You're just not. Okay. So this week, starting today, all the way through Sunday, I do not see you in the best of moods when it comes to romance. Okay. Now that's this week. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to get what? You're going to get next week. Next week energy is starting from the 21st. I'll say the 21st because I did say Sunday, right? So let's say we're gonna end on the 20th, which is Saturday. So that's the next few days. We're gonna start with the first week, the 21st, all the way through the 27th, which is the Saturday. Let's get that energy. Let's see what comes out here for you guys. Remember, anything that's in reverse, that's okay. And then we're going to get your person's energy too, whoever that may be. This is for Virgo. All right, now it popped out. I don't know what it is yet. Let's see what it is. Oof, Ace of Swords. Y'all are definitely not in communication with somebody. Here it is again, the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You want to know how petty this is? If you go to some kind of gathering and you don't even talk to the person that's there, like, this is the mofo that you like. Y'all don't even talk to each other. Y'all just see each other and then start avoiding each other. Like, avoiding each other. Like, y'all like, oh, he's over there. Let me not go over there. Because, like, to me, it has something to do with this whole gathering thing. Obviously, it's at someone's house, but I don't really see, or someone's home or whatever. It could be. It doesn't have to necessarily be. It could be like a venue. I just see that in general. I don't see communication. Even they could be in the same room. This is another thing that I see. Kind of trifle, just a little bit. Kind of trifling. I feel like the reason why you guys are not talking was because this person kept you waiting. I feel like this person kept you waiting, or the person made plans and they didn't follow through. I swear to God, that's what I'm getting from you. Okay. Now let's go to the next week. Now, next week you are in this energy. Next week, I just don't still see you talking to anyone yet. Okay. I don't. You guys already know I read upright. So I think it's very interesting that Ace of Swords even came out in the first place. I think that's very interesting. I always read upright. I already know someone is coming back up in here. They're going to communicate with you. But I'm saying next week, I still don't see it. And it makes sense. Next week's is the holiday. So unless, they say the person communicates and say, happy Merry Christmas. And part of the Ace of Swords is you not communicating back. You don't even text them back. You're like, I ain't gonna say anything right now. I'll wait. Because this could be you. I mean, truly, like, this could be you doing that. The person can communicate with you, right? But you don't respond. But there will be some kind of communication. But I do see some pettiness here. And it's either on your end or the person's end. I just kind of feel like it could be you. Now, also here with the Ace of Swords. Now, this is in reverse. We do have to read it a little bit, some words here on this card. It literally says miscommunication, and it also talks about confusion, maybe being confused, a little bit confused. And I'm telling you, there's somebody around. You don't know what the hell this connection really is about. I'm telling you, this is what you're going to have to communicate with this person. You're going to be like, what is this all about? What are we doing? The Ace of Swords doesn't necessarily always have to be no communication in reverse. It could be that you guys are communicating, but you have no idea what this is. Please enlighten me, right? So for a lot of you, you're kind of like, okay, enlighten me, talk to me. What's happening here? Like we're talking, but are we really saying something? Okay. So I'm telling you, I still see it. I still see that there's going to be some type of communication. And it could, I swear to God. I feel like the perfect time will be during Christmas where the person just communicates and it's almost like a text where they'll say like Merry Christmas or whatever. But then something gets a little bit deeper later on in the year, which is what we're about to see in a minute. But I'm telling you, it is something here. It is definitely going to be something like that. It's just fun trying to figure it out because it's a million different scenarios. If it was just one person I was reading for, I'll be able to tell you what this is. But definitely communication. But how it's going to work is going to be depending on you. Okay. And some of y'all are kind of like, I don't know if I want to pick up the phone. I don't know if I want to text them back. I don't know. And I do believe it's just because you are, I'm not saying that you're disgruntled. I just think that it was just because it's the way the person treated you before you stop talking to them. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's get your next week. After that, that's going to be the week of, yes, I have my calendar up. This is the reason why I was saying it. It's going to be the week of the 28th, and it's going to go into January the 3rd. Now, that is, again, right in the middle of both holidays. The 28th just had Christmas, right? The 28th through the 3rd. This person can tell you Merry Christmas or belated Merry Christmas. This person can tell you Happy New Year's before Happy New Year's or after New Year's. And we already got a communication card. How you guys communicate is going to be up to you, but there's going to be some weird shit of how you guys are going to communicate. Again, I'm telling you, you're going to be in the dark. You're like, why are you even texting? Why are you even calling? Like, what's the point? Okay, now let's see. Let's get that last week. Let's see what comes out. Let's see what they're going to do. This is going to be for Virgo for the week of the 28th through the 3rd. Oh, no freaking way. You guys got the Emperor in reverse. Oh no, this person is in your read. What's coming out at the bottom of the deck is the Page of Pentacles. There it is. There it is. I didn't even need this to be in reverse. I read it that way depending on what comes out. I'm going to read it in a minute. You could be dealing with a Pisces, Aries. What was the other card that I saw earlier? I saw another one. Gemini, Scorpio. So far. That's the ones that I see so far. We still got some cards to pull. Can you believe this mofo came out of your reading? But do you see he's in reverse, right? He or she, I'm just saying, he's he because it's Emperor. But you see it's in reverse. I told you that the person was here. I don't like the attitude, though. I don't like this person's mentality. And you see how it keeps saying immaturity. You have immaturity here on this card, but you had immaturity here. This person ain't ready, but why are they wanting you around? You see why we were saying confused? We see how we kept on seeing all that confusion before this card even came out. We're like, well, the only reason why you would be confused is if someone is confusing you. And sure enough, the person, yeah, here came out. It could have been any other. It could have been anything. It could have been a King of Wands, any other person, which would let me know it was at least somebody, right? This person is around, but they are not quite sure about what they want. And this is what's causing confusion with you because they're confused. They don't know what the hell they want. And then you're like, well, what is this all about? Now, this could truly happen before New Year's. I already told y'all that I saw somebody in the month of February. I mean, the month of January, definitely in February. But I already told y'all I saw somebody in January. And I think I said it in one of those videos. You're going into 2026 like this. I think I said that, right? And you see how on par it is? I don't even remember what I said, but I do remember that line. I said, oh, you're going into 2026 like this. This is what's going on. And it was almost like there were some issues. I just don't know what the issue were. But this is a problem because you don't know what the person is actually here for. Now, for some of you, this could be someone new. For others, this could be someone that you know. It could be that type of thing. Either way, the person is in your energy. They are in your energy field. I just see too much inconsistency with this person. It's like annoying, right? Like, why? Like, why are you around? You're going to be this inconsistent. So this is what we're going to do. Remember, I said that we're going to go ahead and get that person's energy. I wasn't even, you know, just the fact that they came out is just very shocking to me. But let's go ahead. Let's get their energy really, really quickly. Now, this is going to be upright, all upright, because that's the only way that I'm able to read it in that way. Let's get their energy. I don't know who this is. I'm going to describe them to you, and you can tell me. For some of y'all, this could very well be someone new. We hope that a new person ain't doing this. Like, let's just be for real. Let's see. One at a time. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Look at that. Here you go. You got the Four of Pentacles in reverse. We ain't even talking about that. We're talking about the one that just fell out. This is in reverse. Oh, so that person left their life. They're not around anymore. Whoever they were talking to isn't around. And guess how they're going to come back up in here? I'm telling you, baby, when I tell you they're going to lay it on thick, they will. How much you want to bet? And see, this is the reason why I said that the person is confusing you. You have no idea. You're like, okay, like at first, remember we said like they were like canceling on you. They were like delaying, you know, kind of avoid whatever. We talked about that already, right? So now they're coming in and they're like, yeah, you know, you're like, what the hell? But it just said it was somebody else. Now let's see who this person was. It seemed like this person, somebody didn't want to let the other person go. I don't know. Like maybe they had like history with this individual, maybe kids, maybe not, right? But to me, they had a full vice grip on this connection with this other person. And that's what's making me feel like the whole high priestess energy coming out, which is kind of letting me know that this was like part of the secrets, that type of thing. It was a secret person. You could have been a secret person and they were still in a connection, but they weren't really sure if they were going to stay in a connection, that type of, Let's see what this is all about. This is messy. It starts gets messy when you start going into the energy. It starts getting real messy. Fool card. Ciao. So what are we doing? You want to know the reason why you're going to be so damn confused? You want to know the reason why you're going to be confused? It's because one minute this person wants to start a new beginning and the next minute they do not. They are back and forth with this person. And this is what they're going to do. This is going to irk the hell out of you. And you want to know what's going to happen? You're going to be like, oh, I'm cool. I'm cool. Or you can be like, oh, we can go out. You want to go to bowling? You want to play pool? Because that's the only thing that's going to come from this. Because this person is full blown in their energy. And I don't like the fact that the Fool card is in reverse. It's like they want to start it, but they're not. Now, I said I was going to do the upright. But the very fact that it's showing like this is telling me something. Because I still see the person. If the person wasn't there, I'd be like, okay, well, they want a new beginning. But it would have been another card telling me that they're still going backwards. So it's like they want to start a new beginning. They got mixed feelings. That's just no other way to put it. They have mixed feelings about it. And again, this is the reason why you're confused. Remember, I'm like, you have to have somebody in your reading to be confusing you. If you're confused, you're not confused if you're by yourself. There we go. Justice card. Look at that. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Please, for the life of everybody in this room right now, do not let this person, do not let them come back and forth between you and this other person, please. Please don't do it. I do believe that this person does like you. I do believe that. I do. I do believe it because technically this person can go anywhere else because I do feel like they got some qualities, some really good qualities about them. Um, but it's this whole past thing. Like they can't start this new beginning because one minute they're here and the next minute they're not. This whole fickle energy that I see. Now this is the sucky part about it. The reason why I'm even expressing warning is because you really like this person. You do. They're teaching you a lesson. Don't know what that is. They're teaching you a lesson here. What are you trying to learn? Or you and this person are both being taught lessons about relationships. I feel like it's both. You know, because even the people that you are dealing with have to learn how to love themselves. And you can pour into them. You can pour all the love you want into that individual. You can just do it, right? And they don't see it because they haven't learned certain things yet. Have you ever seen like a mature couple? They look good, but I'm not talking about age, where we're saying a mature couple. And I see it a lot, like in certain areas that I grew up in, or was always around. Like if you, especially if some of you guys, Kiana, you probably know this, but in Chicago, they got this area called Hyde Park, and you have a lot of well-educated, you know, individuals that are over there. They look like me, some don't, but they're younger, right? They're like 30s and they're 30s, some my age in the 40s, right? And you can tell they're like well-grounded, well-established, and they just seem so content. I that's the only place I ever see it. I always see it in this area, right? And these people are not 60 years old. These people are not 60 and 70. So when I talk about a connection that's well rooted, it's that kind of thing. And I'm not saying that they don't have any issues, but then they're always holding hands and they're like stopping in shops and stuff. Literally like the stuff that you see in movies, but it's just because it's just the area, right? That's the type of connection that you want, but you are dealing with someone, we saw it earlier, where there's too much immaturity. I don't care how old they are, they haven't learned something yet, which is the reason why the Justice card is coming out. This person will be your lesson, and the person that they're dealing with is their lesson, or people that they're dealing with are their lessons. Because I see that in the future that this individual is like, you know what, hey, it's not going to be about a million different people. It's not going to be about, you know, I'm talking to 3 or 4 different people. This person is going to truly feel with the core of their soul, I want the right person. But they got to grow into that. And in the meantime, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to sit there? You're going to be like, well, we'll see. Oh, you know what? It was nice. I don't have to, you know, maybe I'll say, you know, Happy New Year's again sometime to you next year or whatever. I don't have to hate you, but it's just not going to work. You can easily say something like that. Okay. But you don't have time to be waiting for nobody. Now we're going to go ahead. We're going to get to the end. We're going to see what this ending part looks like for you. According to this reading. Let's see. This is going to be for Virgo because I got to get up off this thing. I got to go ahead and get to Taurus. Let's see. This is for Virgo. All right. Don't know what it is. There you go. Third party. You giving somebody the deuces. You see how it says independent? Because of a third party situation? Bye-bye. We read that whole thing. And then it came out saying it. Like, yes, this is the reason why it's going to end. This is why it's not going to go anywhere. I'm not even quite sure if you even, you know, make it that far where you're even in a connection for anything to end. Right? It just basically means that at this point, that you rather not participate in anything because you don't, maybe your feelings are involved or something. It could be, I don't know. But regardless, if you guys entertain it. Oh yeah, that's a no-go. That's a no-go. Let's get an oracle. This is for Virgo. If you got Taurus and Sagittarius in your chart, I'll be doing them next. You got 2 cards that popped out here. Juggling, shadow self, trigger, self-sabotage, needing to heal. Now, this could be for you or them, by the way. The wheel here talks about good outcome, changes, destiny. This is really good. I love the fact that this is coming out because this is saying that you're not going to lose anyway. Like, regardless of what's happening here, you're still going to get where you're supposed to be getting. We've already talked about what you're going to be getting anyway. Okay, we talked about that plenty of times. Now, the next time I do this reading, we'll go further into the future. We'll just see what comes out. Here you also have, look, fleeting passion. Didn't I just talk about the person being fleeting? But you just keep, I mean, it's on point. Like, 1 minute they're in here, they're hot and heavy, there's all over you. And then the next minute it's like, what happened? I told you, you're going to be feeling that from the first jump of this reading. I'm like, you're not going to have, what is this all about? That's the energy you're going to be in. And that's going to be too much for you. And some of you guys are not, again, you're not going to go that far into anything. It's not just kind of like a, let me see. You know, like, let me just see what they're all about. Let me just see what they're doing. Let me see what their motives are. That's just basically what it is. Because one of those cards we saw earlier talked about hidden motives, and you don't really know what their motive is. Okay. But we got a lot to dive into when we do these reads. We got a lot. So, but that was 30 minutes. Can y'all believe that? Look how fast that went. Okay. Hopefully after Christmas, the algorithm will pick up a little bit better than what it is right now, because it's a little crappy. But we are being squared heavy right now, so it makes sense. If you guys are interested in a personal reading, all the information is down below in the description box. If you have Taurus or Sagittarius in your chart, you want to come on over, give me like 2 minutes, and I'll see you in a bit. All right, love you guys. Bye.